Hi, and happy Friday. Welcome to School Lunch Tray Table Talk with your Department of Education crew. We are very excited you're able to join us today. So, as we've done the last two Fridays, we'll go through our school lunch tray that was issued this Wednesday. Make sure to walk you through the great resources that are in there, and we're just going to get started. So, with that, since we have a short period of time, I'm going to hand it off to Fanula. And like I said, happy Friday, everyone.
Okay, thanks, Shannon. So I am going to I was all set, and now
You're good. It's on the screen.
it is. Okay, thank you. And all right, so thanks, Shannon. The school lunch tray for this week is short and sweet. We have three items we're going to review. We have USDA Foods Update, and then we are going to give you some information about the medical statement for the meal modification and school nutrition programs, and also an update regarding the production records, those forms. So I just wanted to thank those of you who are attending. You know, we kicked this off as a way to go over the items in the school lunch tray, just to present the items in a little bit of a different fashion. And we wanted to give you an update that this is evolving. The school lunch tray table talk for the month of February, we are going to be extending it, and we are going to, beyond the half an hour, we're going to add on another half hour, and we're going to start to highlight resources and talk a little bit about how to navigate to those resources, and also the particular resource we're going to be highlighting. So we're really excited about that. Again, that's going to start in February. So February, we're actually going to switch to Thursdays at 9 in the morning, and information regarding this will be going out next week. And it will be an hour. The school lunch tray will be an hour, because we're going to add something we think will be very beneficial for directors, business managers, operators out there, and that's really highlighting all of the wonderful resources the Department of Education has on our website. It sometimes can be overwhelming to navigate around and even find a resource. So we thought this may be a positive thing. So look forward to doing that in February. So we're going to kick off, and Monica Pacheco, who is one of the coordinators of the USDA Foods Program, is going to review the update on USDA Foods. Monica?
Okay, thanks, Fanula. Good Friday morning, everybody. I just wanted to go over, we have one small notice in the school lunch tray this week, and that's about the shredded pepper jack cheese. If you recall, for those who could join us a couple weeks ago when we did our longer webinar, we talked about the backlog that has occurred this year, something we've never seen before, of course, this year, of some of the cheese coming up to their best use by dates, which is happening now with our pepper jack cheese. And so those items are going to be removed from the HPC inventory and off your allocations in the next week or so. Just as a reminder, we did also talk about the fact that we have shredded white cheddar and string cheese, and then also the sliced cheddar that will soon approach our best by dates next month. So again, I think we talked about, please try to take any of this product that you can in the next few weeks. If you can store it, freeze it, keep it on hand if you have the room and capacity to do so. Please keep that in mind. We had listed those items at all. Again, it's not all of the deliveries. We have multiple deliveries of this product, but some of it is coming up on its time. Also, too, for those who may have requested the pepper jack cheese as part of our ordering program that we just did for the first time, it concluded on Wednesday. We're going to be sending out the invoices or the receipts on that very shortly, as we've begun to process those. And it's going to say on your invoice that the cheese has to be taken ASAP, as a reminder, and to coordinate with Steve at HPC to get it on your next possible delivery. Otherwise, we're going to have to start pulling some of that product as well. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to Allison or myself, and we'll be happy to help you with it. We're hoping that this is the only time. It should only be happening with this first ordering time, where we're going to have you, note the cheese and pull that as quickly as possible. We should take care of the backlog with this, and we don't anticipate seeing this happening moving forward with our next ordering when we do that in February. And I think I'm all set. Fionnuala, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Monica. So the next item we have on the school lunch tray would be the updating the medical statement for the meal modification in the school nutrition programs. And Susan Fiore is going to review that. Susan?
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Fionnuala. Happy Friday. So as you can see in the school lunch tray, we have an updated medical statement and the guidance as well. And just to let you know that primarily the change in this document is the updated non-discrimination statement for USDA and also some updated links. So really the content hasn't changed in terms of what's required or any of the other information, but it's important to update your documents because the links that are in the current statement are incorrect. USDA several months ago updated their civil rights page, and the links that are in our current documents no longer go to the proper section of the civil rights page. And it's important that you have that information in your form because in terms of civil rights compliance, participants need to be able to know where to go to get information if they do need to file a civil rights complaint. So while it's a minor update, it's very important to make that change. And we would encourage you not only to update your own forms in terms of if you have a link on your web page, but also check with your school your school health services, your nurses, and make sure that they're aware that that's the current statement that you need to use. If Fionnuala, if you want to click into the link just to show folks where that is, the medical, let's see, right. So on the special diets page, there's a section on medical statements, and you can find the medical statements and the guide on how to complete it and what you need to do there as well. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of an overview of when the statement's required and give you a little bit of a reminder for what you need to be thinking of for having the statement on file. So even though we're in unprecedented times with COVID, these requirements still apply, and schools and institutions that participate in the child nutrition programs must provide meal accommodations to children whose disability restricts their diet. And that's outlined in the statement here as well as the guidance. So what you need to be thinking about is that these modifications are based on the medical statement, which is signed by a recognized medical authority. And just as a reminder, in Connecticut, recognized medical authority is defined by our State Department of Public Health, and it includes licensed physicians, physician's assistants, and advanced practice registered nurses. Those are the only 3 groups of medical professionals that can sign the medical statement. So you want to make sure that your medical statement has that signature of one of those professionals on file. So in terms of children without a disability, as a reminder, again, you're not required to make those meal accommodations. We encourage you to do so when you can. If you do choose to make modifications for children without a disability, you need to make sure that those meals follow the meal pattern specific to those children. So for example, if you're talking K-12, you're following the K-12 meal patterns, and if you're talking preschoolers, you're following the preschool meal patterns. So some of the situations that might occur when you would make those accommodations could be requests that are related to things like religion or moral convictions, general health concerns, personal food preferences. Sometimes you might have parents who think that they want a particular type of diet because it's healthier for their child. All of those types of things are examples of optional accommodations. They're not required because they're not related to a disability that restricts the child's diet. So again, you can choose to make those accommodations for children without disabilities, but if you do so, you must meet the meal patterns. And just as a reminder, on our webpage, we have a ton of resources regarding implementation guidance for completing the medical statement and how you accommodate special diets. There's PowerPoints, there's information on medical conditions, In addition to the medical statements, we have information on milk substitutes, and there's training resources as well. So just as a reminder, all of that can be found on the Special Diets and School Nutrition Programs webpage. And just lastly, a quick update for the SFSP, which does have its own form, which was new as of this past summer. The requirements are a little bit different for the SFSP. They're still required to make meal modifications if a child has a disability, but the form's a little bit different and simpler. So if you're in the SFSP and you're looking to find that information, we didn't include it in this version of School Lunch Tray, but if you go to the SFSP webpage, and of course you can get there from program guidance on the School Nutrition Programs page. At the top of the SFSP page, you'll see a blue box, and you can click right on meal patterns there, and then underneath meal patterns, that will bring you to the meal modification sections, and that's where you'll find the information for the SFSP. So that's it in a nutshell. And again, just remember to refresh your documents. You do not need to go back and collect a revised document for the kiddos that already have those documents on file, but moving forward, please use this form and make sure again that your website and your school nurses are informed as well. I think that's it. Thanks, Fanula.
I was just a little delayed on my clicks here, Susan. I'm sorry. I was trying to navigate then to the Summer Food Service Program website for that form. So this is, I'm at the Summer Food Service Program.
So if you go, slow down for a second. Yep, just go right up to the top of the page. I just want to show them so they can click right in. Okay, now scroll down a tiny bit. Scroll down to the blue box. There you go. Click on meal patterns. Yep. Right, and that's going to bring you right to meal patterns. And if you scroll down just a tiny bit, you're going to see, there you go, meal modifications for special diets.
Okay.
And there you'll see the request form for the SFSP. And again, it's much simpler. And you'll also see right above that is guidance for meal modifications, which gives you a little more information on completing that.
Great. Just wanted to show that.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks so much, Susan Fiore. So everything you need to know is on that website on the webpage for accommodating special diets in school nutrition programs, and then we just navigated to the Summer Food Service Program as well. So I would encourage anybody to check that out if you have questions, and certainly reach out to your county consultant as you work through that. So the last item we have, I don't know why I'm having such a difficult time today. I apologize navigating around here. The last item we have on the school lunch tray would be the update of the production records for the school nutrition program. And as Susan Fiore mentioned with the medical records, this update is really around the USDA non-discrimination statement and updating those links. So the forms themselves, the content has not really changed. And just as a reminder, these production records are required by USDA as a way to document your contributions to the meal pattern. So you have your menus, and then your production records give the detail of how all of the items contribute to your specific meal pattern for your students, the children that you are serving, in the quantities and in the quantities there as well. So, and not only is this, are the production records used as USDA regulations and a requirement, they're also a tool to use, right? So they will help with forecasting and also as a total meal preparation for the day for your staff. So these production record forms are here for you. We know that many sponsors may have software programs, may have their own production records, and that's fine, but we have all of the different grade configurations available for your use on our website there under documents and forms. And then on the webpage, the production records for the school nutrition program, There are a number of resources available from USDA, and also something created by the Department of Education, the requirements for production records. And this is a really good tool, reminder, even for your staff, for any new food service directors. It really outlines all of the requirements regarding production records and gives a nice refresher of, walking through how to properly use a production record. So what's completed beforehand, what you would complete after, how you would ensure compliance with all of the regulations. So there is a tool, a document that is available if you haven't seen that. And that's it for the 3 items on the school lunch tray. I think Shannon was going to be monitoring if any questions came through. So.
Thank you. So we had 2 questions. One was how you sign up for the school lunch tray. So certainly if you are not already on the school lunch tray distribution for Wednesdays, let us know and we'll get you signed up. You can just enter that here in the questions or in the chat, and we are able to extract that after this webinar, and we'll make sure to get you signed up. So then another question came in, which may have already been answered. It may have come in at the same time we were kind of navigating over to the Summer Food Service Program forms. But so the question is the Summer Food Service Program, in the Summer Food Service Program, is it okay to use the National School Lunch Program Special Diet Form? So I'm going to ask my team what their opinion is here. We know we have the resources specifically for SFSP.
Sorry, I was having connection issues. So I did not actually get to listen to the part where the form was explained, but our master of form, Susan Fiore, I believe, does have a form specific for SFSP. So ideally, that's the one that you would be using. I'm going to go out on a limb, though, and say if you have a form for NSLP, because we were anticipating that we would be operating NSLP for this school year, and we are not doing that. I don't know that it necessarily makes a lot of sense to do a lot of extra work for everyone to get that new form for SFSP. Susan Fiore, do you feel strongly that you would want to see the SFSP form?
No, and actually the SFSP form is much simpler. When you look at it, you'll see it's literally 1 page. There's a couple of boxes that the parents can fill in, and there's a section for it to be signed. It's much simpler than the school form because of the nature of SFSP in normal times, which is sort of outside of the realm of our normal school operations. So you can certainly use forms you have on file. You don't need to go back and replace anything with any of these forms. But moving forward, when we get to normal again, then you might want to consider the simpler form. It's easier for the parents, really, is what it is. But either form will do. And if you already have the NSLP form on file, that's fine.
So the only thing I would add to that is it's fine to use the NSLP form for SFSP. It would not be fine to use the SFSP form once we're back to NSLP.
Correct.
Great. Thank you both so much. I'm not seeing any other questions, so we're going to give a last call for questions on this. Just really excited that you are able to join us. I'm looking forward to how we're going to switch this up a little bit in February. We're really going to go back to those basics and make sure that you have an understanding of how to use some of these resources. And it's a great opportunity for us to talk a little bit around how you really maintain this program integrity and compliance around the basics of running your programs with relation to all of the flexibilities that we have been able to authorize for this school year. We know it's confusing. We want to be able to help you. Susan Fiore has created some amazing resources that we use. So certainly join us through for our other table talks as we continue these through February. We'll continue making these just as accessible and casual as possible. So we call it table talk because we want to have a conversation with you. Certainly there's an opportunity before these to submit your questions ahead of time. So you got something on your mind, let us know. That will help us know exactly what kind of guidance we need to help provide to you. So Tell your friends about School Lunch Tray Table Talk. Have them join us. We'd love to have a little conversation with everybody. So with that, I'll hand it off to Fanula to wrap us up.
Okay, I think you kind of did. So just again, thank you everyone, those of you that have joined. We hope that these kind of, snowball and we can get more, increase our audience and really make it a meaningful, useful time to present information to you. So thank you again, and we'll see you next week at our last Friday Table Talk. All right, next Friday, same time, same place. Bye.